Hi, you guys, it's Melanie, and welcome back to Living Luxuriously for Less, where we celebrate, decorate, and enjoy everyday life for less. In the previous video, we talked about unboxing some new inventory that I got for my event planning, design, and decor business. And in this video, I am going to have a very open sit down, very transparent sit down with you guys to discuss the ins and outs of importing and how to decide whether or not you need to buy or rent an item. So without any further delay, let's jump right into this video. Okay, you guys, so now that we have them all unboxed, I want to take this opportunity to share a few of my best practices in terms of ordering furniture and event planning items online or importing them overseas. Okay, so the first thing is that you saw that I ordered a total of 4 chairs, and it took some time for me to properly unwrap them. And if you place an order with someone stateside or a group that is ordering from Alibaba or what was the other one that a lot of people use? I can't think of it right now. But if you are ordering with someone who is using those sites, keep in mind that it takes time for those things to come in, and then once they come in, they are on a huge container, and the container has to be broken down, and items have to be separated and unwrapped and all of that. So that process may take an additional 2 to 4 weeks once it's checked in and approved, etc. So keep that in mind. It's not like once the ship docks, you can just go get your things and they're ready to use tomorrow. You have to account for the time that it's going to take to unwrap it, unpack it, haul it to wherever you're going, and things of that nature. And so I don't want you guys to have unrealistic expectations when it comes to importing. The next thing is, once you start, I guess let's start with number 1. The first thing is, once you start to import items, whether it's event planning, decor, furniture, centerpieces, whatever it is, once you start to import, you have to make sure that the individual or the company or group of individuals that you are importing with are trustworthy. I cannot tell you the number of times that people have been schemed, money has been taken. I can't tell you the number of times that that has happened. And so that's why a lot of times I'm really hesitant to share resources with you guys, because I like to vet out those resources prior to me recommending them to you. And it does, you know, most of the times these vendors I have no affiliate relationship with. And so there's no benefit for me telling you guys or not telling you guys, but I do so for your safety and for your protection. Number 2, if an offer is too good to be true, then it is. Okay, so if you ever see throne chairs or any other type of specialty chairs along that line for an unreasonable amount of money, like $99, or I know that deal, that scam had been going around a lot, 9 times out of 10 is not going to be true. Now, a few people may get their items if they are located near a port and they need money right away. But the whole purpose is that for that scam is to use your money interest free. And what you do is, like, all of you guys will rush and pay $99. Those individuals will end up with hundreds and thousands of dollars to place their order. They will receive those items in. Once the items are received in, by that time you guys are frustrated and requesting a refund. They have no issue with giving you a refund. They will refund you, and then they would take those items and sell them at retail price or an inflated price, because they were able to buy and purchase these items with your money with no interest. So most of the time they don't have a problem refunding you, because they've already used your money for the purpose they needed to use your money for. And that was the number 1 scam that was going on with, like, throne chairs and things like that. And that's why I don't recommend any of those companies. Once I was able to connect with someone on the inside, and I got an inside scoop on those scams. Okay, number 2, once you find a trusted individual that you have vetted out on Alibaba, or it's another one that a lot of people use. You need to look at those recommendations and look for real life sources, real life people that you know that have ordered merchandise, that have received the merchandise, and ask them about their experiences. You want to deal with an individual who has been in business for a while. So make sure you do your due diligence in researching before you invest your money. Never, ever, ever give up money via Cash App, whether you're in some type of, event planning group on social media. Don't just send people your money thinking that they're going to get your items. I know so many people that have done that and have been scammed out of their money, and because they use Cash App or something similar, they were not able to find those individuals or file any type of grievance or complaint to get their money back. So if you don't have money to burn, if you don't have money to waste, definitely don't do that. You have to make sure, I cannot express how important it is to make sure that the individuals that you're entering into this deal with to import items is someone who is trustworthy. Number 3, understand the importance of a broker and all of the fees that are attached to purchasing items overseas. I don't think I can stress this point enough. Like these particular chairs, you may be able to get them, and they're hard to see, but you may be able to get them at a cheaper price, by importing them. But by the time you pay all of the taxes and the fees, many times you will find out that you could have purchased them at the same price or cheaper, or maybe a little bit more expensive, but you could have gotten them right then if you find a vendor who is selling them stateside. And so look at all of the fees. Don't just look at, okay, this chair is $39. I'm going to get 100 chairs. That's $3,900. No, ma'am. It does not work like that. There are so many different, no, ma'am, and no, sir, because I know that there are guys who watch me as well, and I don't mean any disrespect by that at all. But there are so many, vendors that, you don't understand those hidden fees and taxes until your things hit the port. So there's a fee that you have to pay up front, and then once those things are imported, there's another fee. If your container is rated, you may be subjected to another fee. So having a broker who understands this process that can help you figure these things out on the front end prior to you placing your order is invaluable, you guys. It is so invaluable. So be sure to check into all of those things, and be sure to be aware of all of the fees that are involved from start to finish, so that you can calculate the actual cost of the good, including the shipping and all those other fees that the import fees that are taxed on once the items are received in at the port. The next thing is be realistic about the items that you get. They're not going to be in perfect condition. That's a risk that you run by, choosing to purchase yourself or with a group versus purchasing from an in-state sort of vendor. And some items may be scratched, some items may be broken. Just imagine being at sea 30 days, 60 days. If you were in California, Lord knows how many days those ships were at sea with the waves tossing, and it's not just it's like huge containers, and you got water, and everything is just being constantly moving. So there are going to be some imperfections. Be okay with that. Go ahead and do your research on the type of imperfections you may see and what things you may need to put in place in order to correct those imperfections that you may see in your inventory items once they arrive. I'm really cautious about ordering glass, because a lot of times glass has a high risk of being broken. So if I'm going to purchase something that is glass, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to purchase that thing stateside, because I know that I have a better chance on getting a replacement, versus if you're ordering from overseas, you probably won't have that same opportunity. And speaking of that, being patient, like patience is a virtue. So if you need something, for an event that is within the next 3 months, and I would highly recommend not purchasing that thing online, expecting it to be here in time for your event, because you just may be disappointed. It's not that the vendors don't try to get it to you in time. They really do. But at the end of the day, they don't have any control over the item once it leaves their country and it's being imported. Like once it's being inspected, they have no control over that. And that process can be prolonged for many, many, many reasons, from from having the help to, the container being inspected to, there are an array of reasons why your shipment could be held up. So don't play that Russian roulette by placing an order for something you really need when you don't have the time to wait. The further out you can order an item, the better off you will be. And with that being said, there are some other things you need to look at when you are ordering these items from overseas, like the hidden cost and things like that. I really get into it in Lux Academy. And if you guys are interested in joining Lux Academy, where I teach you step by step my entire business plan, everything that I've used, from contracts to design to my complete vendor list and everything in between, you guys join me in Lux Academy. We do backdrops, we do floral centerpieces live, we do fresh, we do it all. And at the end, whether you're in person with me or whether you're taking it virtually, you will still have these same opportunities. And I give you feedback on your work step by step, every single step of the way. So definitely take it seriously, you guys, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. With that being said, you want to look for things that just make sense. Like when you're ordering chairs like this, you want to look at stackability. How many chairs like this can you stack on top of each other? If you're looking at like Chiavari chairs and things like that, and they're not stackable, like meaning stacking inside of each other, then they're going to take a lot of space. And with that, you're going to have multiple storages. And if you're paying, like these particular units are $100 a month, and you have to have 3 or 4 of these to house your items, you're looking at $300 or $400 in storage fees a month. And if you don't rent those chairs out, then you're wasting money every single month, and you will probably end up paying for that inventory time and time again. So with this, the reason why I chose to order 2 to start with is because I wanted to look at the stackability. Am I able to stack, 6 high, 10 high, 12 high? Am I even able to stack them inside of each other? And so those are some of the things that I wanted to ask myself and to look at more before I made a full investment in ordering more chairs. Most of the time, you won't get many chairs more than 6 to 8 high, sometimes 10. And so that will, determine your square footage and your storage and things like that. Or even when you have to transport them to a venue, all of those things play a role. So keep all those things in the forefront of your mind before you decide to make an investment such as this. So I hope this video helped you guys. I'm gonna stack these and show you guys what I mean by that, right after this. But you guys let me know down in the comments if this helped you at all, and what thing I shared with you that you saw to be a little bit more kind of like an aha moment for you. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you are interested in Lux Academy, again, I will leave it here as well as down in the description box below. I would love for you guys to join me. I have classes once per quarter in person, or my classes are continuous online. You can start at any time, you can join at any time, and then so many times throughout the once a month, I will have a live Q&A for you guys to ask me questions about any of the issues that you may be having in your business or in school. So you get to have that one-on-one time with me as well. So with that being said, I think I've talked enough. Let's stack these chairs. I have 4. I unwrapped 2. I left 2 of them wrapped. So we will see how many of those chairs can stack inside of each other. So let's put them to the test. Okay, you guys, so another thing is I don't like to drill these down because I like to add different things on them to change the color of the seats. So I don't screw them down, and they are pretty sturdy. So I left these 2 already stacked, and you have to stack one inside the other like this, and it sits in there pretty well. I'm going to do another silver And you see at each time it kind of protrudes out, and another go. So I would say you could probably get about 6 maybe, but you got to look at this side where the more you stack, the further out they're going. You see that? So that's like an extra, I would say 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches that you're going to lose this way, width-wise, with every chair that you stack. Can you guys see that? So this is the type of thing you should look for when you're purchasing new inventory. Look at the stackability, look at how much room it's going to be taking up, and use that to decide the number you need to order or whether or not it's a good investment. So what do I recommend if you can't afford to get a chair like that right now? Chairs like this. You can find these a lot in Ross. You can find them on Amazon. Things like this are becoming really popular for weddings and events, so definitely check this out. I also shared some benches with you guys. That would be great for creating like a social area or something like that at an event, so I'll share that with you guys again. So just think outside of the box and be very cognizant and careful about what you invest in up front so that you will not be hurting financially on the back end. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed sharing it with you and just giving you guys a peek inside of my storage. Stay tuned as I get everything organized and share some very exciting news with you. We're getting ready to work through it, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys at the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if this video touched you in any way, be sure to share it with a friend. Share it with one of your group members on Facebook. Share it with someone so that you can keep them from getting into financial trouble or making a bad decision. If you have any other questions that you would like for me to answer, be sure to comment down below. I'll see you guys at the next video. Until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers! Okay, you guys, so we are done. This is why this little trolley comes in handy, y'all. So I can load the box on it and take it out to be recycled. Okay, so if you guys want to hear all about the tips for importing event planning inventory, join me over on part 2. And if you're watching part 2 first, be sure to join and watch part 1. Lots of tips, lots of ideas. I give more of these types of tips and ideas in Lux Academy. You can join me by clicking on luxacademy.podia.com. I teach you everything I know about event planning, decor, and design. I hope to see you guys there. And don't forget to click on and watch both part 1 and part 2 of this video. I'll see you guys at the next one. Cheers!